Can anyone become a breatharian? The short answer is no. Becoming a breatharian actually requires a specific person and an inner calling to the practice. It brings many gifts: less sleep, longevity, perfect body weight, intuition and happiness, but it's not meant for anyone. After initiating more than 1,000 students, here are the top 3 common denominators I've seen in people that want to take the leap through the Breatharian initiation. First, you must be a balanced person. And by balance, I mean your emotions. People who have different mental health issues like eating disorders or bipolar disorder, they won't be able to keep up the lifestyle of a breatharian beyond the initiation. The lifestyle of a breatharian can be very challenging at first and can push one to their limits, which is a choice we make for personal growth. It is absolutely necessary that a person who wants to become a breatharian is able to stay positive and optimistic during the process and during the first couple of months right after their initiation. If you want to become a breatharian, you can't be affected drastically by society and the world around you. Not as much as the average person is. This is especially true because you will be going against the norms of society in order to practice breatharianism. You'll need to be open and be aware to the new and profound experiences that breatharianism is going to bring to you. But in the same time, you will have to be stubborn and determined in the practice to push yourself through the uncomfortableness of the practice until it balances out. The pros will outweigh the cons either way. Number 2, spiritual person. Not only do you have to be a balanced person to become a breatharian, but you have to be intuitively called to it. Whether you're already spiritual, practice elements of breatharianism, or haven't done anything spiritual ever in your entire life, if you are called to breatharianism and are curious for it, it is meant for you. This is simple. Your higher guidance is actually leaving you clues to the lessons that you need to learn in life. I suggest you don't ignore those lessons because it will just slow you down. You have to learn to trust your guidance with all of your heart. If you don't feel called to the practice, you won't be able to maintain the lifestyle of a breatharian for a very long time either way. Some people are simply curious and they're drawn to my videos, but something in their intuition drives them to sign up and become initiated into breatharianism. A lot of people who are called to breatharianism, as I mentioned earlier, have practiced things like yoga, meditation, or fasting. So every aspect of breatharianism may not be new to them. And it's extremely common that breatharians are already living in a higher vibration and more connected to their own truth. Or in some cases, people who are called to breatharianism have a past life where they didn't eat much or their main fuel source wasn't only food. They sometimes just ignore food or simply don't understand what all the fuss is about. I know many people who have become breatharians who don't really like to eat that much, or it feels weird to them to eat, which can be a huge sign that you're being called to breatharianism. On the other end, I also know a lot of people that do enjoy eating, but they wanted this as a challenge. Again, I'm just going to remind you that the practice is a significant reduction and detachment from food, not to eliminate food altogether. Number 3, wants to be pushed. Breatharianism can be quite extreme for the first few months, and it teaches us a great deal of discipline and self-control. If you're feeling like you want to be pushed and test your boundaries of what you think you can do, breatharianism might be calling out to you and not only you calling out to it. There are lots of people who practice yoga, for example. And in the beginning of their practice, a lot of yoga positions are uncomfortable. But the more you practice and the more time you spend practicing, the easier those positions become, and eventually you'll be striving for more difficult or more challenging positions to do, and to keep pushing your limits of what you initially thought that you're capable of. You'll never know your limits until you try to push past them. In addition, the only way for a human being to feel satisfaction is to embrace the edge of the comfort zone. When we do absolutely nothing, we feel empty. When we grow and experience, that's when our soul dances in joy. Breatharianism is similar in this way. It teaches you to ignore food and your innate cues that the body sends you. Instead of being driven by your body's desire for food, breatharianism allows you to take control of the driver's seat and tells the body what you want it to do. It allows you to master yourself beyond what you thought was possible by pushing yourself to the ultimate limits of your mind. And it will require incredible diligence to begin to regain control of your subconscious mind and to push past all of what your body is telling you it wants and needs. When in reality, you have control. You make the decision. You choose those things. I teach all of these things in just a week and a half. After that, it's up to the practitioner to continue to surf the wave and momentum that we've built together during the initiation. If you want to tune into your higher self and gain full self-awareness and control of your subconscious mind, Breatharianism is the exact thing you need to push your limits and really see what you're capable of. I suggest you step out of your comfort zone because that's where the magic happens.